Okay, I'm going to try to change this layout into pixels and I'm going to try to center it. So what I'm going to do is all of these divs, all of the divs, I'm going to put them inside a div called container or wrapper, and you'll see this. A lot of designers use this. So a div container that is containing everything. So I've put a div around everything, okay? Starting it before the first div, ending it after the last div ends. So all of my content, I put it inside another div. And I've called it container. Just to show you what container is, I'm just going to go hash container. I'll show you where container is. Just make it 10 pixels, solid, black. You can see that black border, that's my container. Now what I'm going to do to the container is, I'm going to say this container width, it needs to be, let's say, 1050 pixels. Okay, there, that's my container, 1050 pixels. You should always test it in the browser, really speaking. So let's actually do that. Let's check it out in Chrome. Okay, so that's checked out in Chrome. Now, and I like the Mac for this reason. I can go to another screen, refresh my browser, come back here. Pretty good. So I'm going into the CSS, and I've set this many pixels. Say margin 0 auto, and that should bring it into the center. Can see that? It's in the center. So I've restricted it to pixels, and within that box it is 100%. Does that make sense? And in fact, many students, they choose the pixel width. Now they know the pixel width. Let's say 1000. Then they will go 10 margin, 10 padding, 10 margin, width 350. The total of all your padding, margin and widths should total to the width of the container. Okay? So if you don't like percentages, you can then say, okay, my container is 1500 pixels or 1050 because I like large desktops. 800 by 600 desktops are pretty much dead. So you have set the pixel width. Bear in mind, this won't be responsive, as in it won't change when you look at it on an iPad or a computer, but you will learn responsive by the end of second semester. So right now, get used to HTML and CSS coding. Write clean code, write code that works. So as pixels, you can say the total column of three widths should be 1050 along with the padding and margin. So you know how when we added 1% padding, we reduced the width by 2% because 1% on either side. So that's how you can work with pixels. And okay, I'll stop this recording. Hopefully you know enough to at least have the courage